Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the best power forwards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM here on this tier list. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 9,000 subscriber mark on the channel. Apologies for no videos last couple days. I was in Illinois visiting my cousins, so wasn't able to pre-record videos for that far in advance, considering I left early last week. But I apologize for that. We're back to daily content. Excited to get y'all this tier list. Starting off with Al Horford. I think probably C tier is fair for Al Horford. His biggest flaw, in all honesty, is mainly just the fact that he's slow. I mean, outside of that, he's not a bad card. He's just not an elite level card, to be completely honest. He's a good defender. He's got half anchor, half post lockdown, good defensive badges. Playmaking badges aren't bad. He does need quick first step, and he's got gold limitless range as well, which is super nice. But 73 speed and excel is a little slow, especially for a power forward. He's not a great slasher, and his release is honestly kind of mediocre. His upper is really good, but his lower base is not that great. Doesn't play make all that well either. Not a bad card, just not an elite level card at the power forward position. I think AD, it might be the time where he's not an S tier power forward anymore. I mean, he probably is, but like we only got about 20 cards on this list, so I only got room for about 4 power forwards in the S tier. I think he might be the 4th best power forward, so I think I'll throw him in the S tier. AD's been great for a long time though. I mean, y'all know AD. This card's amazing. He's got a really solid release, not a next level elite release or anything, but he's a great defender. Tons of badges on him. Definitely a very good card. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. He's just not a next level amazing card at this point. Still, I do think he's probably S tier because of how good he is defensively, the fact he's got normal fade, the fact he can defend. He's very versatile, very good, just not the best power forward, but still definitely an elite level card if you have AD. Can run in any sort of setting, competitive, not competitive, whatever. Still a top tier power forward. Bam Adebayo probably slots in the B tier-ish. I think that's probably fair. Maybe A tier, but it'd be low A. I'm not entirely sure. I may wind up moving him up, but I think this is probably fair for now, simply because he doesn't have the greatest release and he's only 6'9", but he's a very good defender with amazing defensive badges. Not the best playmaker either in terms of SIGs and things like that, but overall, he's a very solid card. There's no doubt about it. So for a free opal, definitely not bad. Now, Bob Nedelicki, that's the best power forward in the game still, I do believe. Incredible release. Incredible defender, little undersized, but with a release that good and the defense that he gives you, in addition to the fact he's got good SIGs and good dunk animations, it's just, he does everything you could ask for out of a power forward, and clearly an S tier guy for me. I think Bob Pettit goes C tier, similar to Horford, a little quicker than Horford, but similar release, definitely solid, but not next level amazing. He's a solid card. If y'all have used Bob Pettit, y'all probably know, and I also did a gameplay with this card if y'all want to check that out as well to see how Bob Pettit works, but I'm clicking on the wrong guy. But Bob Pettit, not bad, just not amazing. I mean, you got a guy who can shoot the ball really well with great shooting badges, half anchor, half rebound chaser, super nice, and he's not slow, but he's not incredible. Release is solid. Like, he's a very solid card, no doubt. He's just not a next level amazing option at the power forward position. So D tier for Daryl Dawkins. I mean, he's got like a 50-something 3-ball. It's just, he's one of the worst, if not the worst, power forwards on this list. Really easy D tier from me. DeMarcus Cousins, on the other hand, I'll actually move Pettit up because I think he's with half limitless, half anchor, and the fact he's got good speed is solid. But DeMarcus Cousins does not have a great release, which is the first problem with the card. He's got decent size at 6'10" with a great wingspan, good interior badges, but no half anchor. Playmaking is okay, shooting is okay, but neither of them are amazing. And like I said, defensive stats aren't incredible. Release, especially, kind of mid. MJ dribble style is nice, but we got better power forwards at this point, so I think a C is probably fair for him as well. Gonna go with Dolph Schayes in the S tier just because he's got an incredible release. He's really basically very similar to a guy like Bob Nedelicki. The problem with Dolph is the fact he doesn't have all the defensive halves. Does have half limitless, which is super nice, and like I said, an incredible release, but at only 6'8", without insane defensive halves, obviously half anchor, brick wall, and a bunch of good gold badges, but he's still not the best power forward in the game, but amazing release, amazing playmaking ability for a power forward, and capable defense still. A little undersized, which is why he's not the best power forward in the game, but still an S tier type of guy. Dwight Howard also probably goes B tier. I think he's on a very similar level to Bam Adebayo. Great defender with a mediocre release. Just 6'10", 6'11". I think he's listed at 6'11", but nothing too crazy about Dwight. He's just solid. 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan. He's got good speed. He's a very good defender. Release is pretty mid, though. He does need playmaking badges like bailout, break, starter, and quick first step added as well, but he's not incredible. He's just kind of decent. Evan Mobley, I think, also slots in the C tier. Slow release, but everything else about the card is good. He's not a playmaker, but he is 7 foot, so he plays very good defense. He can hit wide open, and he's got great size, which is super valuable. Just no playmaking and a slow release. It still does hurt him and keeps me from putting him higher than C tier. George Mikan probably goes B tier as well, to be completely honest. I mean, pretty good release, good size for a power forward. Not an incredible card. I mean, he's not one of the best cards that came out in the flash forward set, but not a bad card by any means. He's got good interior badges on both ends of the court. Has solid shooting badges, no limitless range, but still can add quick first step to him, obviously. 85 speed isn't amazing, but it's not bad. And release is pretty good. D-book base is very good. Just not a playmaker, but I think he's still B tier. Gonna go Giannis in A tier. Moves very well for a power forward. Release is really mediocre, but outside of that, incredible player build. Super versatile defender, one of the best slashers in the game, and obviously has super glitchy animations on both ends of the court. So Giannis is still an A tier power forward. Just don't think he's S tier for me personally. Now, Jaren Jackson Jr., I think, is probably B tier because these other guys, I feel like they're very similar. I'm actually going to move Pettit back down. I think that's fair because I do think I'd take all of these guys over Pettit just for their versatility. Jaren, decent release, amazing defender, really good size, amazing player build. One of the best defensive wings or power forwards in the game. A guy who, in my opinion, is a defensive player of the year in real life, but 2K-wise, very good as well. Can hit it open three. Not crazy fast, but his player build is incredible, and he's an amazing defender, especially on the interior, and very versatile. So still think he is a B tier type of guy. Joe Smith, I'm going to have to move AD onto the A tier. I'm going to be honest, because Joe Smith is S tier. I think he's better than AD. He is an incredible top tier power forward. Moves super well, incredibly butter release, amazing player build. He's just probably the most versatile power forward in the game outside of a guy like Tim Thomas, who I didn't include on this list because he's more of a small forward at this point. But in terms of his ability to both play make, shoot, and then defend, he's like Giannis with a better release, in all honesty. Very similar player build to Giannis as well. So super glitchy, super good, and S tier guy to me. Gonna go Josh Smith in D tier simply because he's got a bad release and he's only 6'9", so not great size with a bad release and not great playmaking. I mean, very mediocre, not good playmaking, to be honest. Definitely one of the worst power forwards, so I think D tier is fair. Larry Nance, on the other hand, is gonna go A tier because I love his release, or I like his release a lot. He's very versatile defensively, a great slasher. Larry Nance, honestly, one of the best free cards we've gotten in a while in 2K. Very good slasher with half limitless takeoff and posterizer. Definitely would add shooting badges to him, but he can get limitless range, which is super nice because most cards can't get that. You can also add badges like catch and shoot, as well as slippery off ball to him if you'd like. And then playmaking and especially defense is really good as well. So does not move well, but he doesn't need to because he can knock down shots at a super high level, elite defender, and an amazing slasher. So definitely A tier for me. Gonna go Laurie in D tier. He's not any better than the Diamond, to be completely honest. He can shoot well, but he's got good size and he's okay. He's the best card in D tier, I'll say that, to be honest. But that being said, he's still not on the level of most of the top tier power forwards. So again, I feel like it's most fair to put him in the D tier. Serge Ibaka, on the other hand, I'm going to put A tier. I love this Serge Ibaka card. He gives you everything you could ask for out of a power forward. Very solid size, good speed, great slasher with half limitless takeoff and posterizer, a bunch of gold shooting badges, as well as amazing gold finishing badges, obviously. Does need badges like bailout, break starter, and quick first step still added, but half anchor, pogo stick, post lockdown as well. Incredible defensive stats, really good rebounder. He does everything you can ask for out of a power forward, especially for a budget card, and definitely A tier for me. And I'm going to go Sean Kemp in A tier as well. I think he's better than all the guys in B tier. Super solid release, great slasher. Does not move well, unfortunately, and I am disappointed that they did not make him where he could get every badge upgraded, which is kind of annoying. It'd be really nice if you could get badges like limitless range added as well as glove and challenger, but he's a solid defender. He's very fast for a power forward. He's got a really solid release, and he's a great slasher as well as good size. So another A tier guy. And then finally, we got Tim Duncan in the S tier. I just think Tim, still one of the best power forwards in the game. Acceptable release, but not incredible. But outside of that, amazing rebounder, incredible defender, amazing Hoff badges, especially. He's got 20 Hoffs. I mean, Tim Duncan, y'all know how good he is. I'm sure a lot of y'all have Tim Duncan on your squads, and he is a top tier power forward in the game. So with that being said, this is my tier list currently of the best power forwards in my team. Let me know what you think of my tier list down in the comment section down below. Who's maybe too high or too low or left off the list entirely that you'd like to hear my thoughts on. But if y'all did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.